And welcome back, everybody. Getting ready now to jump into map number 2. forZe took their opponent's map pick of Inferno with a dominant T side. Can they do the same on their map pick of Dust2?
Ooh, early contact. Taking shape from Zorta, just holding the line, and Soulfly rewards his patience with a kill. Now Scrunk tucked in towards Pit. Gonna bet your bottom dollar he's gonna be cleared by just how many players. Gets one nice kill, but an immediate trade is there from Sugar.
Taking on down. Player advantage now for forZe. Setting up. Will the Smoke's going to be deploying that one over towards CT. Deep one to allow the cross. Do have to fight past these players here. In fact, actually, I heard it's a short smoke. Kyuubii is going to drop Jerry with the bomb. You have to get one past Kory with a great tap onto Sugar, though. Crad has found some ground onto the site, so he can plant that bomb. Zorte's just trying to keep taking these fights. Tapped on out by Kory, looking so sharp with the USP. Crad now 1 versus 2. PT50 in hand, no armor behind it, and they are grouped up as a unit. Sangal pushing the issue. Crad being overwhelmed and can't take them down. Fist around, going the way of Sangal.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate for forZe. You were right, that's supposed to land in towards deep CT to allow more of a cross, and it means that forZe can also swing over towards elevator to flash out CTs that normally posture over there as they tuck in, and then spam through the smokes that are normally more shallower for the cross. Doesn't quite work out that way. And the gap does allow Kory to get some crucial kills to allow Sangal to immediately retake. And there we go. That's a lot quicker to get around on the board on your CT side. Just needs to be a little bit more consistent. forZe back in as well. forZe with the forZe, I guess.
Indeed. Well, Sangal get control out towards long. forZe are going to get control in mid in response. This time Kory's got the A4. Keeping count of that. Yeah, the A1S, I think? I'm not sure. We didn't really get to see it. Maybe. Short being pushed on through. 2 players here and 1 out towards long. It's difficult to get past these M4 A1Ss at this range. forZe deploying the incendiary, going to slow things down further. Actually, it went deep and they're all in front of it. And its position now into deep CT is actually given forZe a pathway through. Repositioning now, though. Those flames do not force him off. Standing out in the open, takes the first fight, but traded by the Deagle. Jerry can now make his way through, but this entire time, it was a bait. Kory's been tucked on in. Soulfly coming on over with the MP9, but Sorte and Shelfie deal with both.
Safe plant as well. Look at Shelfie trying to take the contact, and he finds Skrunk's head. No way. This is falling in favor towards the T side. Kyuubii now needs to try and recover the situation. Can probably deal with Shelfie, but it's Zorte lurking in and amongst the bomb site, which makes it incredibly tricky. He hasn't moved a muscle. Kyuubii's position about to be revealed, and that allows Zorte just to swing up and over. forZe, they completely crunch upon the bomb site and somehow come out on top.
Another one of these situations where they've walked into the site that has all of the reinforcement and they come out ahead. That's with Soulfly coming up on over here and doing so much work. He even got a HE kill into one of the short players before that. But Kory, who had been baited for that entire time, tucked into the goose, just not able to really get anything done. They hard clear him, tries to fight at a bit of an off angle and gets punished for it. So a fantastic round from forZe that really they felt like they had no right winning.
Oh. Good tag. Potentially another one. Offering itself up. No, Shelfie swings in. Does actually get a lot of damage. Fall in favor to him on the way out from forZe. So it's not quite 2 kills, but it's softened up several of forZe's roster. And look at this contact play as a response. Just as Sangal are trying to take control back in towards short and middle. Because that's where the initial contact has come in from forZe. They completely fall silent over towards long and catch them off guard yet again.
Yeah, be forgiven for thinking this was an eco from Sangal, the way that forZe have made it look so easy. Feels like they're up against just unarmored USP'd opponents. As Deagle's never really getting a chance to do too much other than a little bit of damage with Scout, which is all that they might be able to save. Crad looks like she might go for a bit of a hunt as well. May as well try and remove anything that they have. He's slowly clearing on everything. Kyuubii does have a deagle as well, so, you know, if you get rid of him, that's 2 players that have nothing into the next round because he could drop that on over to somebody. Crad is not going to find him. Kyuubii deals with him, so at least they do hold on to something. But the CT side woes continue for Sangal.
This is almost like a little bit of a bonus for forZe. Still got the Scout Mac 10 in play as well. Could be something a little bit quicker. Feel like sometimes calling on Dust2 can be very spawn dependent. This round was a lot of proactive spawns for the B bomb site. Crad taking point with the Mac 10. Looking to clear in towards tunnels. Zorte with the Scout gets the best of forZe in the first exchange. No doubt there will be a second. And through the door, he finds it.
Finding towards mid. That deagle from Kyuubii gets 2. And now this round gets a little bit more interesting. Jerry getting peppered. He is still staying on strong, fighting this in mid. Skrunk's recovered an AK. The issue is the A bomb site is open. Sugar walking on through removes Skrunk. And this forward position might be enough. Kyuubii gives it his best efforts. That bomb gets planted.
It's interesting seeing Sugar play in this forZe lineup comparatively to when he was on Aurora, because it looks like Jerry is giving him the freedom to be a little bit more aggressive and kind of take some of these engagements. Kyuubii is razor sharp with this deagle as a side note. But for example, there, he didn't have to force the issue running towards CT and get those kills, but he has free license to do it. I feel like on Aurora, he definitely wouldn't have made that play. So maybe that's something that if he does move forward and is becoming a mainstay on this roster, if he gets let off the leash and is allowed to control the map at all of his desires, take the engagements that he wouldn't normally be allowed to on other rosters, then this could be a very key piece of the puzzle for Jerry's new iteration of forZe in 2023.
Yeah, it feels like Sugar on these T sides has really been given so much space. It's fantastic to see. See how that continues here on Dust2. Although, I suppose Dust2 is probably not a map that... I'd be wondering how much time they're putting into it with the new pieces, learning how they play Dust2, given it's like the second last day they'll probably play it. forZe, nice shot. Does get the opener for Sangal, but immediately Shelfie just holding the timing in the smoke. Gets one back.
Oh, this is a classic default. Hinge smoke over, flashbang forward. Jerry is going to get caught off guard by Skrunk. That's a difference. Now you're going to get utility being deployed towards short. I'm so glad this map's being rotated out. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. It's the same gun round every single time on the T side. forZe now taking point. He's allowed to just stand quite openly in the middle of long because of Soulfly's advanced positioning over towards this long side. And as forZe reset, they're going to deploy mid to B smokes, will actually go through tunnels.
Issue is there are 2 players deep within the site itself, so these entries have to be perfect if they want to make this happen. Skrunk is not spotting anybody, can deploy a safe smoke, and now he can focus his attentions in towards tunnels. He comes through, flashes over from Shelfie, going to set them up. Molotov into the back as well. Kyuubii strikes first. Crad and Shelfie do find a kill apiece, though, and that might be enough. They needed these clean entries. They can get this bomb down in a second. God, spending a bit of time juggling things, but they got a smoke so they can block off the doors. And it's a difficult retake for Sangal.
Yeah, B-bomb site very hard to retake anyway. You've got one flash that could be thrown over, deployed to allow Soulfly to pop on over, but no, lands a little bit shallow, and Crad will strike. And you imagine if you're forZe here, yeah, you can already see him retreating. No safe passageway, very difficult angles to fight, especially with an AWP, given that the finances are very slim for Sangal. They're just going to hold on to it, and that's forZe immediately striking back, getting 4 rounds on the board early on this T side, kind of replicating the same successes that we saw from them on Inferno.
That one was well played, considering that Sangal had the read on it. Skrunk's spotting mid, seeing that nobody's actually coming from that mid to B, so they can focus all their attention on towards the tunnels. But their defensive utility also was quite limited in that case. So the flashbang is coming over, the Molotov displacing, I think, Skrunk at the back of the site. Makes these entry kills quite good. Kyuubii gets the one, but that's all there really is. And as you mentioned, once B bomb site gets taken, if it's an even situation, it pretty much, well, it always favors the T's. Even sometimes when it's not an even situation.
Very true. It's also the key detail is the fact that they smoked mid to B as well, because Sangal had no information. So as a result, Skrunk's actually expending his utility on an area of the map that forZe are not occupying any players over, which actually favors Crad because he can then swing a little bit wider to take an advanced peek. So it's all these little things added up, making the gunfights extremely unfair. Again, a contact play. Sugar swings as the flash immediately pops, but he catches Kory just before he is blind, lines it up, knocks him down. Same could be said with Skrunk. forZe in the back lines. He's even going to get Molotovs out of positions, so cannot strike with the AWP. Very clean round with only one casualty. It's all perfect for forZe.
Yes, one nice kill that comes through from Soulfly with the Desert Eagle. Really, everything was on forZe to make something happen then. If he'd been able to find a kill, make it 2, then that would have been the pathway through. And he had a good position to do so, but you can see forZe was so prepared for the AWP to be there. It's so common. I mean, everything's common. We just had this discussion.
Yeah.
Everyone knows when you'll play on this map with the AWP, and when it is the power weapon you've got over, all you really need to do is deal with it. He gets spotted. Look how patient Shelfie is. Doesn't wide swing on it. Waits for the flames to come through. forZe has to swing. And that's all of the danger removed from the round right there.
It's exploiting the gunfights with the utility, something that forZe does incredibly well. Talk about unfavored gunfights. Another one potentially on the cards here is Jerry's actually out towards long, but he oversteps the mark a little bit. Soulfly not blinded by the deep flash thrown over by Sugar, I think it was. So as a result, he's actually able to get the opener. This is one of the first advantages that Sangal have had into a round in quite a while.
Let's see if they can capitalize with it. Do have 3 players still over towards 8. Crad coming here to group up with Sugar. Very spread out our force at the moment. Crad, though, what a swing. forZe deleted, AWP removed, a flashback, but Sugar, he's able to fall back as it fades and remove Soulfly. So immediately, forZe are able to find a way to take the advantage back into their favor. Oh, and they make it even worse. Sorte holding in towards mid. Kyuubii, they know where he is now. Just have to deal with one player on site, and the taps come through from Crad.
Yeah, again, that's really nice positioning and mid-round calling coming out of Jerry. I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but in that round, you've got Crad and Sugar taking and alleviating the space towards long, and Zorte is just holding for the rotation the entire time. They walk straight into his crosshair. He knows he can sit in towards the mid doors, not only really worry about short, but that's why he's tucked him so close towards the box, because he's got a player in towards tunnels. So he knows the only pressure can come from a verticality. And at the end of the day, if they do come from that one specific angle, it's information for the rest of his teammates that are already aggressing and progressing up towards long on the ramp side of A. It works out in favor of him anyway. He catches off the position, and then, as you quite rightly mentioned, Kyuubii spotted as he gets the kill on towards Shelfie in tunnels.
Yeah, it just feels like forZe very comfortable. And, you know, I mentioned the point earlier just about, you know, with Dust2 being taken out, how much you're pracking with your new members that have come in, both Crad and also Sugar. And I guess Clack's been playing with a bit as well, right? There's a lot of changes around that have been happening in this roster. And how much time you'd be dedicating to a map that's being removed. But I guess one of the virtues of Dust2 is you don't need to really do that, because everyone kind of knows how it plays, and people have their positions on the CT side, but that's pretty easy to work out. So really, it kind of works out in their favor, having these new players and having this map as one of their favored maps, at least for the time being.
Like, Sangal obviously needs to change up the game plan here. For me, what we're seeing out of them is they're quite keen to take these gunfights early on, But the way they're fighting key angles, especially long, for instance, that was a dry contact play that Soulfly got the initial kill on. And then when they aggress mid-round, they do it with utility. I'd just like to see a couple of them go for a really aggressive play, even the extremity or just straight down the guts.
Yeah, I mean,
Towards
that's
middle.
been the
Yeah.
the evolvement of this map, right, in the last couple of years, or particularly since that change to the mid peak down, is that CTs will often throw that smoke shallow in just in front of Xbox and then push in towards lowers. We haven't seen that once yet here. We saw it so much previously when we've watched Dust2 here in Challenger League, and Sangal not employing that aggression, as you mentioned, at all, despite it being quite common now.
The reaction instead is to, again, take long with 3 players, but that leaves such a hole in the middle of the map. And forZe have got all this control. They can deploy a mid to B. Crad catches a grenade. Doesn't do too much damage to him, but it makes him susceptible to an M4 headshot here or there. But I like this push. Here we go. Here's the inquisitive nature of Sangal. They've got full control of tunnels, and they're wrapping on. The issue you've got is zorZe is holding lower. And in fact, they're just going to go in. Jerry, just as the smoke blooms, catches out forZe and sugars the insurance policy as well, even holding for a potential second person to come round the corner.
However, kills are going in the favor of the CTs. Look how low they are. Kory is on 1 HP. Soulfly is limping. Jerry just charging on through, looking for these kills. Has found that first one. Trying to find the follow-up. zorZe has brought that bomb over, and, well, good swing out from Jerry. He is hitting every single one of these long-range shots. 1 HP, as mentioned, and it wouldn't have mattered if he had 100. Jerry hitting every single shot. 4 kills in the round. But honestly, the most impressive one was that swing onto forZe. It feels like forZe cannot catch a break here on Dust2. Every time he's had the AWP out, he's just been absolutely deleted. We're going to see that again. Look at that swing. I think he gets the leg there, or maybe he's shot at by one of the riflers. But either way, Jerry is just being so precise here. And it was a similar situation a few rounds earlier when he was playing up towards Tar and Crad just walked on through. zorZe's even hitting shots through the doors now.
I thought that's why the drop down was there. So we can't have that anymore. Dust2, the only map you can get killed as you cross over to a bomb site out of spawn. Very rough. Look at the change of direction and pace from forZe. Maybe not direction, but the acceleration in their utility coming in thick and fast. It's just one smoke. It's almost used like a lurk, but in actual fact, there's a nasty surprise for Sangal waiting. They've moved all of their pieces over, so it's going to be a complete head-on collision.
Yeah, everybody's here, but all the rifles from forZe should give them the advantage. For Soulfly playing around the smoke, gets the first. Jerry removed. Soulfly on the flank is going to be able to alleviate the pressure, remove Scrunk, and he can keep on pushing through, gets a follow-up, and he's just picking them down, but more shots. Soulfly and Kory connect, and now, well, it's just Kyuubii left in a 1v2. zorZe hasn't brought down low. Kyuubii does not have a good position. The bomb planted out for this AWP, a difficult retake.
And look at Krad's positioning as well. He's tucked on the right-hand side of the wall. Kyuubii's not ready for that in the slightest. And by zorZe, you're right, that bomb being planted for him, he can just tuck in the entire time and just play the long game if needed. The communication is definitely on point for this T side as well, because as soon as damage is coming forward, they're calling that players are low because zorZe's swapping to his sidearm and he's just deleting players with the deagle, capitalizing on the low HP, which normally a sniper can't often do, and they get forced into a difficult situation with the shots.
Sangal not coming up with any answers on this CT side. Getting long control. Really, what does that net you? Oh my god, zorZe.
How? How on earth?
Yeah. He's just hitting them. I was gonna say, at least it's on forZe, doesn't matter too much, but then zorZe finishes the job. And Scrunk and Soulfly do strike back though, so the advantage is towards Sangal and the best position they've been in on this CT side for a long time.
Agreed, but the issue you've got is if Krads just goes on an adventure by himself and finds the head of Kyuubii Suddenly, the rotations are going to start scrambling. Flash to accommodate a peek in. They're holding the boxes. No, Shalfie gets caught off guard with utility. And now supporting Flashbang to come over to try and support Kyuubii, but no. Crad will trade at the very least. You have got players immediately rotating forward, but I'm looking at Zorte. He's already in towards the mid doors, and Crad goes for a little bit of a cheeky play, and it does not quite pay off.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one from Crad, but Zorte is going to find Scrunk. 30 seconds left. He can pick up that bomb, and he has the option to go towards A. Now, ooh, Kory. He overstepped the mark there. 20 seconds left. Yeah, he's got this avenue through. With the bomb on his back, this is very doable. There's a kid on Kory. They got a little bit of utility. No smoke or anything like that, though. Zorte's going to have free reign to get this bomb down. Just about going to make it. Now with the AWP, he can post up. A lot of powerful angles you can play here with the AWP. Difficult to flush him out. Moving around, being very dynamic. Flash over the top, going to reveal both these CTs coming on through. Soulfly and Kory swinging on. Zorte with the AWP swinging out. Misses his first shot, and Soulfly doesn't miss his.
Yeah, really nice try from Zorte. But I like the fact that Sangal, they're no nonsense. They don't mind letting the AWP know exactly where they're coming from. And they swing with utility. And they've got very nice trade spacing as well. Despite the distance, the angles in which they're taking naturally favor a trade immediately. And obviously Zorte can only fire one shot at a time. So with one player getting close, one player at long range, that will favor the CT side. So that's another round back in. They can invest. Kyuubii saved the AWP. In fact, a second one wasn't invested. It was picked up as well. So forZe has got his big green. So maybe it's the double snipers. That's the change of guard that Sangal need to work their way back in. And look at how aggressive forZe's being in mid.
Yeah, finally a bit of that aggression we talked about in mid. He's really getting inquisitive, pushing all the way up, fires off a shot. Now his position is a little bit tenuous, trying to fall on back, and Jerry just taps Kory on out. forZe, he's still in here. Good HE brings Crad low. No kill connected. forZe actually going to be quickly boosted back in. Good angle, takes off Jerry. Great response, makes that all work. He's had a quiet one, but this could be a round of impact for him.
Yeah, I was watching Scrunk thinking, please don't push that smoke in towards upper B. Don't do it because you'll get caught off guard by Shalfie. But he doesn't. Tell you what, Soulfly overextends though. Goes looking for information. Not really needed. Not necessarily the most calculated risk of them all so far. Smoke deployed shallow as well. Will allow Zorte to cross in towards pit and deal with one of these snipers.
Kyuubii's just walked straight past Crad. Crad wants to catch the time in, but Kyuubii repositions, looks back in just in case. But forZe's the one that gets a little bit, well, I don't even know how to describe that. Just walks through the smoke with an AWP. It's information gathering, but in the worst possible way, costing him his life. Scrunk just on a fast rotate, not ready for it being held. So Kyuubii, the only one left, needed to hit that shot. Just the leg. Shelfie can bring the bomb on over. Kyuubii with an AWP in CT, and they know where he is. Really no way for him to pull this off.
Nice shot. Does finish the job on towards Sugar. But we need to find two more. That kill makes it a little bit more enticing for him. But no, thinks better of it. Again, finances just really not there for this CT side. And if you're forZe, you're not hunting this at all. Getting a 9th round on your T side instead, which is a pretty nice trade, all things considered. It's another slowdown in towards middle. forZe pump the brakes, they catch off the rotation. I think it was Scrunk. He just had his knife completely out as Shalfie was holding for him. Really nice.
Yeah, I gotta wonder. There's some good action here in the mid. forZe doing a bit of work, but I gotta wonder if is he pushing that smoke out towards long. I don't know whether there was maybe a flashbang being thrown for him or what, but whether he was just trying to catch a bit of his timing to push through and do something heroic, but it does not pan out. And Zorte wins out that head-to-head in mid once again.
Look at Scrunk, though. Close behind. Is being checked. Crad removes him, having a blinder of a game so far. So two-man disadvantage for the CT side. The defense is wearing incredibly thin. So now the resources are delegated 1-1-1. Almost feels like 9-9-9. They need some help here.
That one took me a second. So is that the British one?
It is.
Yes, it is. 000 in Australia.
Ooh.
Yeah. Action in mid though. Jerry. Calling an ambulance, but not for him. Sorte gets one as well. Kyuubii the only one left alone. No reinforcements for him to call. No phone of friends. Best he can hope for is to save the AWP. And that's going to be 10 for forZe. Which is outrageous. On this T side, it's just one-way traffic.
Crad's even just upgrading. He's on 2 HP. He's going for a hunt. Wants to make sure that Kyuubii's restricted, relegated to maybe even a pistol. Which wouldn't feel great at all. Kyuubii's even going to give him the fight, the opportunity. Crad's looking the wrong way, but now spotted him out. Nice find. Unfortunately, didn't get dinked either. But now his position is known, and forZe got plenty of bank balance to really accommodate this hunt. That's a great flick, considering Kyuubii isn't an AWPer. That is fantastic, but can he get past Sugar?
Maybe he should be the AWPer. This is fantastic from Kyuubii. We've seen a few critical rounds here. He's going to fall at the end, though. Sugar eventually finds him. And forZe get 10 double digits on their T side. Still 3 more rounds to play, and with how they've been going, it feels like they're going to add a couple more to that tally. Sorte hitting every shot. Crad as well. Feels like they can do no wrong at the moment.
Yeah, we said, didn't we, as we came out of Inferno, that I'd be a little bit worried for Sangal's chances on Dust2. I know forZe are quite formidable on it, but it's the same old story, unfortunately. And what's really rough is you take a look at that AWP head-to-heads that we highlighted in the pre-games. Sorte is coming out on top in every single engagement. forZe, I guess maybe he was going for that smoke play a couple of rounds ago because he just felt like he needed to find impact somewhere, try and win a round for his team, encourage them in. Didn't quite work out as he anticipated, and as a result, his scoreline tells the story.
Soulfly, hero FAMAS. Words I
Oh.
always dread to utter. It's like the start of a horror story.
Yeah, I get goosebumps for that one.
A nightmare scenario to be in. Tears on mid, doesn't spot anything, so he falls back. Kyuubii just gets slam dunked. That lack of armor makes that HE shrapnel hurt even more.
This has been a very slow default for forZe. And they're just going to completely contact out long, it would seem. You just leave Shalfie here. Getting things a little bit more difficult for those rotations as they try and peer their way through. Kyuubii, well, he's gone. But Sangal are gambling at the right site. They have rotated everyone here. Just these smokes are ready to be deployed.
All right, let's see what they can do. Scrunk just wants to swing on out with the PT-50. Connects with the head of Sugar. So a good kill going their way, but Crad has taken the long way around. And with this AK for something, Jerry's been brought down low, but Crad has found one. Still so many to deal with. He's going to flash himself over. Soulfly is tucked on in with this FAMAS. And he might be able to strike, do some damage. forZe also with a PT-50 tucked in towards Gandalf, jiggling that angle. Soulfly removed. Shelfie on the flank has done everything. That smoke that was deployed defensively by forZe ends up costing Sangal that round because he doesn't spot anyone coming through short.
Yeah, that round's definitely on him. It looked like it was always going to fall favor to forZe anyway, but that setup could have got at least expensive at the very least. Sangal could have got a couple of kills, but you're completely right. Vision obscured and forZe couldn't see a thing, therefore couldn't give a warning that there was a player in towards short. No one looking. Time shot on the AWP, not connecting this time. It's actually Shalfie. They've got double AWP.
Why not? Everything's working for you. Mid to B smokes being thrown brazenly out in the open. Crowd does take a bit of damage, but they're still going to make their way through. Sorty providing the overwatch, Soulfly holding any rotations, and they're actually not even committing to this yet. This is wild. Look at the positionings. They've got these two T players too. Crowd and Sugar are all the way outside of B, while the bomb is still in towards short. Zorte's peering in on mid. Kory's not spotting anything. And Zorte just walks on through, removes Soulfly on the flick upwards, now deploys another smoke. And really, forZe can do anything they want here. Crowd now swings on through, looking for this fight. Taps him out of the server through the smoke. forZe are just doing whatever they want here. And it's just working. Kyuubii finally strikes with the AWP. Crowd is removed. Sugar has been sitting here the whole time. And now he can just lock them both in. And in fact, when Kory gets inquisitive, he's punished. You know now the AWP is on the B side. All you have to do is get past forZe, and that's easily dealt with. Zorte with the Eagle gets it done. This round, it's about to be done.
That's okay. I retract my statement.
Take that down, Brandon.
Yeah, I retract my statement of every round of T-side Counter-Strike is the same. Firstly, that shot, it should never happen ever. And it's really caught me off guard. Secondly, that's a really cool approach because what they're doing the entire time is making Sangal doubt at where they're actually going to be. So much presence in towards mid. It's similar to Inferno. They're putting so much effort in towards top brackets. Chalfi will hit every single shot through the door. It's not fair. Soulfly just gets dinged. What is happening?
It's matchmaking, baby. Deleted. Soulfly, no chance there. Tagged up. Removed by Zorte. Wow. Sangal, they've gotten control in towards Upper Dark, and they can push on through, but that's not anywhere near where forZe are going. They're taking all the control out towards Long. That car is definitely not getting an MOT. forZe does catch off Jerry. He's brought down low. I think forZe are okay with this. Shelfie can now be the one that goes back towards mid, and he can be that flank.
Oh, decapitates forZe. And look at Crad. How's he even here? Scrunk has got no idea. Complete control of every single avenue. Sugar can just plant the bomb wherever he likes. It does not matter. forZe are in complete control, and Sangal are just trying to survive. Kyuubii can't even pick up the M4 because it would give away the audio. So he tries to throw a flash as well to get out of the position. Zorte blind just for a moment. But as his teammate falls, Kyuubii needs to do it all. Trying to isolate the fights. He does a great job, but there's too many players. It is domination for forZe on their map pick. How many can Sangal achieve in this attempt to come back, to stay alive in the ESL Challenger League? We'll find out in a minute.
Don't go chasing your demons and ghosts, 'cause you might find what you're looking for. You might find what you're looking for. Don't go chasing your demons and ghosts, 'cause you might find what you're looking for. You might find what you're looking for. We both know we're not the same without rock bottom. Let it go, but we come back to craving problems. Am I your favorite kind of shame? Do I make you wanna hate? Don't go chasing your demons and ghosts, 'cause you might find what you're looking for. You might find what you're looking for. Don't go chasing your demons and ghosts, 'cause you might find what you're looking for. You might
13-2. That's it. What can Sangal do? Pressure in towards B. Sugar takes some of that pressure off. 2 taps out the gate. Kyuubii brought down low. Jerry removes him immediately. Krad's going to be on a fast rotation, but the rotation is faster still in towards upper dark. forZe left all alone. Shelfie charging on through with the dualies, and he just spams him away. 14-2.
That's unreal from Sugar. The fact that he fires 2 bullets and just gets 2 kills just makes it instantly just so much more achievable. Sangal, they just go for a bit of a pop play and they get immediately shut down just by the sheer mechanical ability of forZe. This is very rough indeed. Certainly not what Sangal were expecting. I wasn't expecting this either.
The
I'll be
crazy thing
honest.
is, the highest kills in the server is Kyuubii. He's on 20 kills.
Yeah.
And they've got 2
Oh.
rounds. Okay. That's a good start from Soulfly. We've seen him hit some absolute slammers with the Desert Eagle. But you need more than a couple of flashy kills here and there. Particularly when you're down 12 rounds. And you're facing elimination. Okay.
Oh,
2. Alright, that's not bad.
oh, Scrunk has used this timing to get on towards B. That's a good headshot as well. Now the smokes can come down, the bomb can cross over quite effectively. And if you're Jerry and Shelfie, you've invested a lot into this. You aren't going for this. There's no way. You just concede it. You've got plenty of rounds to play with. Sangal at least reply early. There's an immediate response after losing the pistol. I mean, there needed to be fair to them. But it has actually come into the fray. And that was some really nice pistol, precise gunplay, not only from Soulfly finding those openers towards middle, but Scrunk just taking the space in towards the bomb site.
It's a start on a long journey. Now, at least the one good thing for Sangal is their T-sides are very strong. And Dust2 is a map where the T-side, you know, if you get onto a good roll, you can really cripple the CTs. I mean, we just saw that, right? From forZe. So,
Oh.
okay. Kory gets one at the end as well. So only going to be this FAMAS carried over. And I expect, and I would put a lot on this, that forZe definitely force around this.
Yeah, agreed. And they will. Crowd gets a deagle, drops a scout. Azorte. Deep smoke for long to allow Scrunk to try and work. Catches a grenade for his troubles. But it's the unknown for forZe. They've got no idea how many players are really here. In actual fact, it's 2 because Kyuubii's made his way there as well.
Meanwhile, Sangal, do you take all this control in mid? Bomb has to be recovered by forZe. This is where everyone from Sangal is. Take a bit out in towards CT side of mid and then fall back through the doors. Moving back into short, and this would not be the play. Obviously, they don't know what we know, and that's that there's 4 CTs here. 3 of them out towards long, taking that control. They can come back and support, but that's a nice opener from Soulfly. Taps Crad on down. And they start to accelerate, making their way through the site. Spamming through that smoke, Zorte gets brought on down low. Soulfly's just continuing to aggress forward. Spots out Zorte, able to finish him off. Now he can continue to take the ground. This one's looking good for Sangal.
Yeah, it really is. Soulfly even hunting. Good flashbang. Fully blind is Jerry. Shelfie doesn't quite meet the same fate, but he will at the hands of Scrunk. And just leave Sugar completely left alone. Would love to hold on to his Kevlar and 5-7 because, look, in the next round, forZe will not be investing in at all. So any advantage off the back of saving would be a blessing in disguise for this CT side. But very impressive Soulfly snappy entries on the way through and just takes the round into his own hands. Despite the stack being on A, he gets completely shut down with really minimal resistance. Kyuubii's even going to escape with his life. Just.
That's another round where it's been an individual, Soulfly, in fact, 2 rounds in a row, where he's been the one that really just opens it up just with some very precise, clean entries. We talked about him earlier as being this T-side menace for Sangal. A big part of what makes their T-sides so potent is when you've got a player like him, alongside Kyuubii, who's also having this fantastic game, able to just find these openings constantly. So they really have to be on 120%, maybe even 150% for the rest of this game. And they are just hitting B fast. Now, the issue is forZe are close behind.
Ooh.
The lack of it. Ooh, I see a Zeus. We're going to see a Zeus. Okay, we're not going to see a
Heard
Zeus,
it.
but we heard a Zeus. And at the end of the day, hearing the Zeus is the exciting part.
That's true. Little screamer in towards the tunnels. Echoes all around. And that allows Jerry an AK at the very least. Sugar can either go hunting here because he can buy into the next. So if you can get another rifle here, that's perfect. The more damage that forZe do to Sangal's economy, the better, especially when they're only on USPs themselves.
Yeah, deny this AK if possible. And they might just do it. Jerry's the only one over here. No, okay, they're just going to keep it safe. They know that they're on fine. Okay, Jerry just gives up the kill anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, no AK taken over. It's a little costly. They would have liked that. Get some extra utility, kit, all the rest. Instead, gonna have to go a bit more bare bones. No one's swapping out their M4s here, Brandon. So add that one to your spreadsheet. Sugar keeps his A4 equipped and the rest keep their A1Ss.
Let me write that one down.
Which is
There we go.
unusual because I feel like we had a discussion yesterday that, or last week, that Dust2 is a map that naturally would favor the change to the A4 because of the long range engagements where it comes out ahead.
Yeah, oh, okay. Well, I guess the A1S can do that. So there's a counter argument set in motion by Jerry. Sangal go for more of a contact play, get immediately shut down. Space conceded and reclaimed by the CT side. Jerry's even throwing a smoke in their face to prevent them from even attempting to trade in his little lair towards CT.
Well, Jerry strikes again. Shuts me up and shuts Sangal up. 3 quick kills with the A1S. forZe doesn't know what hit him. Kory and Kyuubii left in a very difficult position. Jerry's tucked on into CT. He's even got a peek on up. Although Kyuubii able to adjust. Good kill. He's gives them a bit of an avenue here. The CTs are split up at the moment. 2 apiece. Shelfie does strike. Leaves Kory now in a 1 versus 4. Bomb can be recovered, but not for long. Zorte dispatches of him. And forZe get up to map and series point.
Yeah, there's plenty of money for Sangal to invest in, but that round's all Jerry. He just takes matters into his own hands. Deals with the threat in towards mid, and he thinks, you know what? I reckon I can get another one here. Takes down a high-ticket item as well. forZe even holding for his re-aggression with the AWP on towards Xbox. So last time it was 7 rounds in a row for Sangal. This time it's 10, and they're fighting to even stay alive in the tournament now. forZe gets flashed, smoke also deployed, allows crowd a little bit of wiggle room. What a incredible game he's playing as well, nearly up to 20 kills himself.
Yeah, I mentioned just the amazing performance he's been having within Challenger League for forZe, and he's continuing it here. Played really well on Inferno, but even more so here on Dust2. A lot of action in towards mid. As the T's do take that control. HE over the top does a lot in response. Sugar gets 1 through. Meanwhile, crowd holding out towards long. Not spotting anything. Gonna be on a flank.
wow.
Doesn't matter. Everyone has fallen. And forZe take the series 2-0.
What a hold from Sugar. He just turns around, pivots, knows that it's a mid split, so needs to make sure that no one can run in from upper tunnels, and he just lines them up immediately, drops the bomb, and then turns around and helps out his teammate right at the end. forZe ready and waiting for a mid push, and that's exactly what Sangal do. They walk straight into that 3-player stack, and they don't come out of it alive, and